Hello everyone, and welcome to Victoria's Cantina, where today we're having a look at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Tusken Raider 6-inch scale action figure. This review was made possible by Towering Toys. For all your toy and collecting needs and to pre-order some of the latest in the Star Wars Black Series line, visit toweringtoys.com. There is a link down below. Alright, so Tusken Raider, it's a staple of any Star Wars action figure collection, whether you're collecting 3 3/4 inch, or you're collecting 6-inch, or anything else really. So it's really cool to have the Tusken Raider in the collection finally. You can also get this figure currently in the 40th anniversary packaging. This right here is a standard Black Series release, and as you can see, we have a nice image on the bottom of the Tusken Raider. We can see that this is number 41 in the current continuity of 6-inch standard Black Series figures, not counting the exclusives and not counting the 40th anniversary line. The box is good for storage purposes, but that's about it. At the back, we get some information about the Tusken Raider, Pillared Tusken. It also says, I'm assuming that's a translation of some sort. It just looks hilarious. Pillared Tusken. So, fearsome desert savages inhabiting the rocky Junlin wastes, Tusken Raiders are the foremost reason Tatooine colonists do not wander far from their isolated communities. Extremely territorial, Tusken Raiders will attack with very little provocation. Stay away from those Tusken Raiders, people. We all know what happened with Anakin's mom. Ooh. So a very nice image there of the Tusken Raider, and I'm really excited to see what this is going to be like, because I don't have a Tusken Raider in 6-inch yet, and this looks really cool. So I'm going to go ahead and open him up, and we'll see what he's like. Alright, so here is a Tusken Raider out of the packaging, and aesthetically it looks really good. It looks like a Tusken Raider. Seems like the soft goods has a pretty nice drape, at least on the upper portion of the body. Kind of billows out at the bottom, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just maybe not ideal. Proportions of the figure look pretty good. He has a nice stature about him. And the coloring looks spot on, so very good looking figure. Here's an up close look at our sand person, and I like it. The helmet looks really good. It's not too big, not too small. Seems to be pretty proportionate to the body, so that's definitely a good thing. Not only that, but the details on the helmet or mask or whatever you want to call it look really good. Coloration seems spot on. There's this very nice dark wash going on to the bandages or straps or whatever that could be. All in all, I think it looks really nice. Very nice. I like how they incorporated some glossy elements such as this back here, and then the lighter or more matte elements in here. And of course, the goggles have a little bit of a metallic look to them. So do these spikes on the top. And then there's also this bit here around the neck, which is, it's not connected to the helmet. It is sculpted separately, but it does seem to be attached here at the back of the figure. You can still move the helmets and everything independently of that brace or that neck piece, but that is part of the figure here, as you can see. The rest of it looks really good, though. I think that the costume is very nice. It's very nicely sculpted. Texturing looks quite good on it. It's actually a little more subtle than I might expect. I might have expected to see a little bit more texturing on here, but it's not bad. It's pretty good overall. The bandolier here on top looks nice. Lots of little gold pieces of paint in there. Same with the belt and all its many pouches in there. I love how they painted the little pockets right there, the little gold elements there. So, I mean, aesthetically, it's looking really good. In here, you can see the legs. They look to be fully articulated. And look at that paint detail on the boots there. I mean, that's just really, really good. Really good paint detail there. I really like that, a grittied up look that they give it, which is interesting because by comparison, it makes these robes look very clean. Like at the bottom, clearly there is a little bit of a wash to make it look dirty, but I mean, that's just a big contrast from what you see in here. I mean, I wouldn't have minded seeing it a little bit more dirtied up personally, but for the most part, it is pretty good. It's just interesting how the top of the helmet back here and then the boots, you know, contrasts very much from the amount of dirt and grit that's on the rest of the costume. So as far as the soft goods bit goes, we can take that off. And once you get that off, it's still connected here. You can see that it's positioned underneath this neck piece right there that seems to be glued in place. So Unfortunately, you cannot pull it off all the way. It's still going to be stuck there. But, I mean, if you wanted to make a Super Tusken Raider, at least he's got a cape now. He can be Super Tusken Raider. The fabric itself used for the soft goods seems to be pretty nice. Like I said, there is a little bit of an elasticity to it. And it has a very nice feel, like in my hand. It feels really good. Texturing on it looks nice. But you can see here in the bottom that it is very frayed. Like you have these long threads of material just kind of stringing about. I don't like that. And it makes me a little fearful as to, like, you see, if you just pull it, it just kind of like keeps coming off. Ugh, it's terrible. Like I said, it looks good, but I mean, I'm kind of worried about how this is going to hold up long term. So probably better leave that alone. Also, you can see that it does kind of bunch up here at the bottom. It just kind of gives the illusion of too much fabric. It still looks good, but it is imperfect. One of those things. But now that we have the soft goods off of the arms, at least, we can look at the articulation a little bit better. So ball joint here at the top of the head, it moves pretty nicely up or down. Not really, because you have that neck piece, but you can do side to side. Ball hinging up at the shoulders, they move quite well. Same at both of the elbows, so they seem to be pretty tight. There we go. Bend it, swivel it. Bends and swivels at both of the wrists. This one goes forward and back. The other one goes up and down. Here at the torso, we have a ball joint. For all intents and purposes, it's a very slight swivel. It's very tight, as you can hear that creaking sound. Here at the hips, there is a split at the bottom or at the top of the robe, so you can fully move these legs. You can move them outward, though again, for some reason the right side is pretty stiff. There we go. You can kind of see in there a little bit. And that's probably more time than you want to spend looking at a Tusken Raider's crotch. And then we'll go forward. That's about as much as we're going to get, it seems, almost all the way. We have swivels at both of the thighs. We have double bends at both of the knees, just like that. And here at the ankles, of course, we got bends and ankle pivot. So overall, very nicely articulated. Altogether, we have 29 points of articulation. Now, in terms of accessories, we have this very nice looking rifle, and this is an accessory that the 3¾ inch version has come with for many years now, going back, I believe, to the Power of the Jedi line. So it is nice to see that the 6-inch version has it as well. Has some pretty nice wood stock to it. The metallic elements look pretty good. Barrel, very nice, long, a little bit of a pewtered weathered look to it. It looks pretty nice. It is a little bit thin, it is a little bit bendy, but overall it's a nice looking accessory. We also have a Gaddafi stick, and for the very first time ever, it comes with 3 different interchangeable pieces. So if you wanted to put these in there, you simply find that little hole right there, and then you just peg it in just like this. It is a tight fit, but you can get it in just by pushing it like that, and then you have a completed Gaddafi stick. Again, I mean, these elements are just a little bit bendy, especially with the interchangeability there. It is nice for playability, but it is going to probably warp, or it might warp easily if you're not too careful. Do you want this one? Mm-mm. Do you want this one? Mm-mm. How about this one? Mm-mm. I know, you want this one. Mm. All right, here, take it. Now, unfortunately, because of the way that the articulation is engineered, this is about the best you can get the Tusken to hold a rifle. It's not really good at all, but I mean, there's just not enough free range of movement here at the elbow in order to hold it more naturally. So that kind of is a bummer, but I guess, you know, you could just pose him holding it in one hand or something. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so there you have it. This is the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series, number 41, Tusken Raider 6-inch scale action figure. Overall, you guys, I really do like this figure. It's solid, it's very much in line with what Hasbro has been doing for the 6-inch Black Series line, but it is imperfect. Biggest issue I have is how the bottom of the soft goods robe is starting to fray, and it's probably going to leave a mess. I just don't like that. I wish they hemmed it, or, you know, just had a better way of doing this. I mean, aesthetically, it still looks really good, don't get me wrong, and it's got a very nice feel and texture to it, but the fraying is very annoying, even if it does give it a naturalistic, weathered look. The sculpting of the figure is very, very good. I really like the helmet. The whole costume is very nicely done. Again, kind of strange how the helmet and the boots are very nicely colored and textured and detailed, but they didn't really apply that a whole lot to the rest of the outfit. It's not a huge drawback or anything, I just think that it could have potentially been a little bit more detailed. Articulation is nice. All the joints seem to work pretty well, other than the restrictions, of course. The accessories are nice. The rifle's really nice. It's got a nice look to it. And the Gaddafi stick having the interchangeability options is fun. It's really nice that they did that. I didn't expect that at all. Overall, a very solid figure. If you're collecting the 6-inch line of Black Series action figures, then you need to have the Tusken Raider in your collection. It's just kind of an obligatory figure to have. Alright my friends, if you've enjoyed this video, do give us a like, do subscribe, let me know your own thoughts down below. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and as always, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Victoria's Cantina. Until next time, my friends, bye-bye.